What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, need to just...
Man, it would have been easy to just kind of roll over and die after the slow start. But they've not done that. And now they're in a fantastic position. 6 rounds. Aurora is mental with every one you put on the board in succession. It just sucks feeling like you've given away a huge streak of rounds like this. I like this for Demon, right? The double jump spot just to confirm his suspicions that they were looking. This opener in the apartments, he saw 2, well, actually he only saw 1 on that jump up, but
that was a safe jump spot though.
Yeah.
That was nice. Doing it from the window, so he's not getting pre-aimed.
Lonks, so good as well. Just playing great.
So good.
So good.
Harry, six months of Mirage for Foot. 6 months. 34 and 8.
That's a good number. There's kind of no getting away from it.
That's psychotic. How do you win that much and lose that little?
Zantares is back though. That does lend a bit of intrigue. Come on, Zanti, let's go.
Dead. Oh dear.
Actually, though.
I just had some moments in this game. This will not be one of them.
Counter-terrorists win.
Consider yourself converted. Foot fans, 9-5 up.
Imagine playing this much Mirage. I couldn't do it, Hugo.
No, fair. It's fair.
What if you're good at it? Say how many officials? 6 months?
6 months, 34 and 8, so 42 games.
Damn.
Harry, the numbers get almost better. 12 months, 56 and 18. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
You got 3 to 1.
That is just absurd, isn't it? I know, these are maybe some of the best sounding numbers I've heard in a while.
Those are some big numbers.
It just gives you a lot of confidence, you know, like you've seen a hell of a lot on this map. You're not really surprised by anything at this point in time. If your Foot, gonna be hard for Magic to call you back into this. You're still on that losing streak as well. It's fresh in your mind. You're just hoping you can break it. No worse feeling than losing to an onslaught of rounds you were never once able to put a stop to. But that's not the start they were looking for. Zantares goes to try and take the contact and right into Krebeni.
Oh, the bomb is here as well, so you've got to be very careful. Woxy can't do anything to trade that. Stuck out in ladder on what feels like an A split here for Aurora. 40 seconds, you don't really have much of a choice. Woxy's going to have to drop back and join his team. We got Dukes under Palace. Cemetery, back in spawn, jump spotting. Lonks might get caught, but turning around, bailed out by his teammate. Double for Dukes. Where has that come from? And a second's timing difference wins the round for Foot. Without that spot, under balcony, Lonks is shot in the back, and the whole round can fall apart. Instead, it's Soulfly, the one guy who got a kill, saving. Or at least trying to. Oh, he's gone. Jump shot denied. That's 10 to 5.
8 in a row. Are we sounding the alarm yet?
I think it's run out of battery. I think it's been sounding all game.
Timeout called in for Aurora. As this has so rapidly gotten away from them. They were 5-2 up.
Harry, I think it's time for you to learn Turkish.
Yeah, that's the answer. I wish I could, Hugo, but I'm afraid I am British idiot.
That's valid, I'll give you that.
All right, little faster play out towards middle. Aurora coming in with a vengeance in this gun round. They do not want to lose. to a streak of rounds, and so Wakadia, fantastic entry. Lorks unable to stop this mid-spill, but one by one, these kills are clawed back at least. And a bit of aggression. Demon decides that if Aurora can play fast, so can he. And he is hot on the heels of a backstab here. Bomb in top mid on the back of Madja.
Oh no,
and he's
going to
hear this. Big Demon.
He lets him go. I love that for Demon. Doesn't take the fight. He lets him go to A. They've got full info. Cemetery gives it up. Boom. Easy shot. And the hot pursuit now of Demon coming in. Flanker's being flanked, but because Antares doesn't know, he might run and give it all away. At what point will Demon realize? There we go, turning around now. 3 kills, Antares a tilter. As Magic gets the bomb down, there is no escaping. Everywhere he goes, there is another foot growing. 11-5 after this 5-1 lead. 5-2 lead. My apologies. But still, it's not pretty. A huge streak here, built by Foot.
Yeah. And now you're just asking yourself, you know, how big can this streak go? Can they close this on an 11-round straight streak of rounds?
I think they can.
Because money's still in a bad place for Aurora, and you don't have time to build that back up. You're just buying whenever you can.
Look, it's one thing to win this map, but surely Anubis is too far for Foot. Could they frag their way through it?
So
We'll have to see. Because this is no contest right now. Aurora not in this game.
Just really good protocols too. I love this, you know, an aggressive stance in mid to start the round, then you try and follow through with aggression down through ramp. Woxic did keep his eyes on it, and so shuts that down. Good trick from the arsenal of Foot, removed early, and the advantage for Aurora. Boost in the windows, Antares even finds another to spam, and right now, Foot are spread very, very thin with this backstab out of Wakadia, finding a great timing. He's got a free kill. What's he gonna do?
He's ready.
Delaying it.
There we go.
Delaying that kill, letting his team get a little bit closer. A
Still
funny
a bit
one
scared.
out of Wakadia. Demon. Oh, hang on.
Oh no, not like
What is
this.
Oh,
Okay.
thank goodness. Wakadia, safe pair of hands. John Wakadia, they call him.
It's John Ricardia. Well, Harry, as soon as you mentioned the idea of an 11-round streak, look what you've got and bloody done.
Yeah, but that's good. Honestly, no one wants to leave.
TradingView is turning 15, which means it's time for gifts. Thousands of users have already received free
Use a game like that. You're cooked if you do.
But do you want to win a game like that?
Yeah, it'd probably feel great.
Oh,
But not an
today.
option. Not an option for Foot.
This was fun. Nice little bit of trigger discipline. Lets his team get ready. No stress here for Aurora. Not in that round. And now we have a 4-buy here for Foot. AWP out still. Triple B. Aggressive, you'd imagine. Longs walks behind Cemetery. Cemetery. Not looking to give Aurora any ideas. Nice shots. Simply done, and now
Money's in the dumps. The wins are
like a shame for Aurora too. They didn't know it, but there was actually a pretty sizable gap over here towards A that will get plugged eventually, right? In this 5-on-4, you don't have to play with just the solo A hold from CT, and Woxic missing on that opportunity there. You don't have to play with just this solo A hold from CT, and Woxic missing on that opportunity there at the opening. That would have brought you in, would have given you a decent bit of control. Zantares also follows up with a string of missed shots of his own. And so even though you're out now, Foot are starting to close in. Backstab denied on the first. There's a late swing from that AWP on the catwalk. Bomb now planted, and Aurora tricky 3v4 in front of them.
Woxic has to go big mode from the ramp here. Got no util on this T side. They just have to win the gunfights right now. Foot setting up a boost in spawn. They don't have time for this. They need to get moving as well. Woxic is playing aggressive. Soulfly assist from above. Woxic in the open. The spray is beautiful. And Maja suddenly thrust into a clutch. He needs his kill clean and quick. But they're on the defuse. Great spray for Maja. It might not be enough. The knife is out. He's missing the stabs. Forget the defuse and the smoke. Unreal round. And a nice try, but not meant to be for Maja in this clutch. Two will have to do.
Oh, let down by the blade, man.
That hurts.
That was like watching one of those pinata fail videos.
How do they go? Like they can't hit
just
it,
like
or
they smack someone else in the room or something, you know, like
yeah, or like it's a kid and the bat's too heavy.
yeah, and they let go of it. It hits the cameraman. Oh, he did so good to make that competitive. The spray onto the second guy.
It was a nice spray, but full stick.
Man. Oh, brutal.
Well, that might be how it goes, Harry.
But hey, at least you didn't lose to a big old streak. There is a B stack in play, and Aurora, they were going B. Oh. This might be a very clean finish for Foot. They're getting the exact play they were hoping for. Hang on. Woxic has just sweetened the deal. Him and Magic getting out with a kill. Dead in window on the jump across. Soulfly at 1 HP, trying to make it look like they've gone back into a mid to A. And it has at least kept 2 players there for Foot, but you still got Demon to get past. And he's playing it super safe in at the bench, waiting till they're hard committed.
Yeah, it feels impossible, because even if Soulfly fakes right now, Demon's not going to move, and Woxic needs an entry, and Demon, as I said, is not going to move. So Woxic has to check bench with an AWP as Soulfly tries to sell something on the A side. Foot aren't biting. They have Palace control. They're not worried. Soulfly does come back. There's time to reunite with Woxic, but he is playing alone right now. With that flash peek, Krabany has moved in. Game on the line here for Aurora.
And you're in a box. Woxic now more than ever gotta really stand tall. Soulfly is at 1 health. If he can even get out with a kill, that would be impressive enough. Learns now about this bench player, but won't make dealing with him any easier, and Demon able to bite down for the killing blow. That is really about as decisive as it gets. A huge streak of rounds in there for Foot. They
Navi taking an early look towards Secret off of the EMA, securing vents. Oof, there's still nothing downstairs whatsoever for Astralis. They're starting to take back ramp control, but it feels to me like Navi are just ahead of this timing. Although, because they're walking.
They're getting the info, but are they in a place that they can punish? That's the question.
Rio gets into the back of the bomb site. Bottom ramp held as well, so he's not even operating on his own.
This is good as it gets now for Astralis. They've just got this one last ramp guy who can come and help.
Confirmation, though, as the fast steps start to come through. Ryu challenged on both sides, not sure which door to watch. Oh, man, and he gets cleared out with nothing to show for it. But Stair's going to find a double.
Oh my
Fozy goes into
goodness,
the
what?
flames, and he'll bring one down, but burnt to a crisp. It's a clutch needed out of Stair. A 4K called on. And he's halfway there, hands busy on the plant. Emat turns back around, and now with Stair out here in the open. Oh, he gets it!
Stare at that.
Challenge out through the double doors. Emat giving that space over for a second. Emat turns around and clears Secret, but it's a 2v1. And you're looking at Stair in the face. All of a sudden, Stair is given extra space, comes out from ramp already, and hits the shots he has to. That is 2 of 6. Now, the way back of Astralis.
I thought that round died with Fuzi running through the molly for his 1 kill. And instead, Stair saved the day. This is real nasty by him. I mean, could you have optimized that a little bit more on the peak? Sure, but still, it was a very good chance of just getting the last remaining points of HP off of him and winning that round. So Astralis, they endure, they continue, and they make it a 4-round game.
All right, on top of that, pistols in hand for Na'Vi, which could paint a bleak picture, except we've seen them win these sorts of rounds. There's been a lot of X factor in the hands of these pistols. They'll take their sweet time with it, try to chip away at an Astralis that has been on the brink, right? It's 2 players that survive off of the clock 2 rounds ago. Stair the sole survivor in that previous 1v2. Any kills would be very valuable here for Na'Vi, but so far down in the 4v5. Ooh. The ramp challenge not going to go their way either.
They've had a good track record in rounds like this, but it's about time Astralis just clean one up, no problem.
Seemingly exactly what we're going to get.
It's
One
always
Deagle
when you
kill.
say something,
I know, it's
right
every
when
time.
you say it.
Every
I
time.
mean,
But that's all right. 1 death. Yes, 1 death on the side of Astralis. All we're going to get. This is a 3-round game, folks. 3 in a row for Astralis. 3 more to go.
yeah, now nothing really matters. Nothing about how these past rounds have gone. Nothing about the first half in general is on your mind. You're just thinking about, we actually have a good chance at overtime if we play our cards right. Yes, we have to play better than we have been because some of these rounds have been way too close. But it's now Na'Vi who have to prove they can close.
Thing is, you're coming off of the final timeout from Blade.
Oh,
That's
final,
this one's
okay.
burn up. 3 red lights and you're done, Blade. But we know, we talk about it, notorious for round conversion off of timeouts are Na'Vi. So let's see if that's all it takes. A few words from the mastermind. I kind of threw Fozy under the bus at the start of this second half, right? Mentioning that his score was down there with Jabby and Hooksy, who aren't much improved. But Fozy has kind of collected himself and gotten up towards the top with Stair and Ryu. We've got that presence online for the CT side at least. That could be a driving factor. Oh, they go for it.
Nice move.
Decide to interrupt Na'Vi's plans with another challenge. And we've had those challenges by Stair in Outer. We haven't seen Ryu go that deep into the ramp play. So catching Na'Vi off guard and establishing man advantage out the gate.
Oh, it's crazy what that does to the map. To get a kill that early so cleanly, no trade chance, no...
Look at this push too, right?
Yeah,
Fuzi comes in through main. You've got 2 players in lobby. This is going to be Alexi blindsided because you've got these players inside lobby being given space. Fozy is through the smoke, challenging the deep angle. Even though Alexi comes out looking at it, it's one of those angles that you kind of half-ass clear.
And this is why all the top teams are doing so well off of first kills. You see how much Na'Vi have to bluff about the map control they have and how much Astralis can make it worse for them with pushes like that. You can't watch everything when you're down to 4. Now they're going to need a miraculous series of entries. And truly, we know they're already considering just how do they save. They're lucky for the time being that Astralis aren't going to I don't think consider chasing, though. They're all really pressed up against the glass right now. They might be able to catch some exits. Oh, and there was the one moment. But does this lure the CTs into a push? Oh, yeah, they're getting active. Big time.
Ooh, can you hang on?
How many died?
Yeah, Wonderful's done for a bit. You could save, bro. You could save. He could have fully saved that.
Yes, there was no one getting up the ladder right there. Oh.
It's one thing if you want to help out before your teammate dies by shooting them in the back unexpectedly. It's another when you take that challenge after Wonderful is already dead.
That was the guy inside of all of us just thinking, ace, 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 ace.
Clutch, clutch, clutch.
Klooge, klooge, klooge. All right.
Well, then.
That's incredibly expensive at a time like this.
Huh?
$300.
Alrighty. Wonderful decides to fully invest since you've already got one player down on $300. So we've got a ace up their sleeve.
That, like some people might think, well, he doesn't keep the money, but he doesn't keep his AK. He doesn't keep
his AK. Doesn't keep his armor.
Yeah, doesn't keep his armor. Has to wait for 2 rounds of loss.
And he doesn't keep our respect.
Yeah, and like, yeah. Let's see what you can do with this Glock. That's your punishment.
Boy, that makes up for all those force buy moments that Astralis lose in the first half. That is your golden ticket to get into overtime now.
Yeah, that's not a small mistake, especially if this goes to overtime. It's going to be largely because of Bit having absolutely no cap. Remember, he can't even buy himself armor for when someone can drop him.
I mean, it is full loss bonus for the side of Na'Vi going into round 24. But you have 2 players with less than $500 at this moment. But what you have right now is a lot of control lower. I mean, a lot.
No, there needs to be someone downstairs.
Well, there isn't.
Yeah, there's no one control side either. And you know why we call it control side? Because you need that.
Well, Jesus, take the wheel. We've got a retake queued up.
This might be Bit's lucky day.
Does he get away with it? And you know what's crazy too? It's one thing if this was just pistols, but you're retaking into a Kevlar AK-47 for Wonderful, and you find timing on the nade pull. Luckily, Stairs got it from the back line. There's so many players there ready for that kind of a push. Stairs multi-kill is big. The AK's not going to get picked back up. Can the Deagles do the job? Tech9 gets cover. Back of Stair pot, and now this pinch into Ema, but time is of the essence, and he gets Hooksy up close. He's going to slow burn this, and Na'Vi are going to win map 1 off of the back of Bit dying after time, an AK save not needed. It is a fumbled ball by Astralis here, folks. Nuke doesn't go their way. No overtime needed. Na'Vi queue up a finish for Mirage.
Am I the only one that gets excited when the player in his home country does something cool? So, like, it's the final round. Imma's like, don't worry, I'm just going to come in and do this. Then I just get super hyped because I'm like, yay! It's not even playoffs yet, but that makes me excited. Na'Vi got me excited there.
I mean, you have to be, right? Because Ema was actually at Cluj last year, but not competing. He was just here to be able to interact with, you know, the hometown crowd, so to speak. But now he has an opportunity, if Na'Vi continues this trend that we saw on that map, to have a chance to play in front of his crowd. We know how special that was for Maladoy last year in Astana. And while Ema's a little bit more of a veteran, it's not quite the same, you know, romantic story. It still is one, right? You know, to have him have a chance. Lonks has a chance over at Foot to do the same thing. And yeah, I'm with you on that one.
He was grabbing them by their hair and just dragging them. He was like, come on, we will win this. We will keep going. That last round, I mean, what could Astralis have done differently, Maui? Was there anything they could have done differently?
I feel like they could have known that it was lower perhaps a little bit earlier, so things weren't in much of a scramble. I also feel like throughout a lot of this game, I think it just comes down to Na'Vi in many of these situations kind of having a little bit more X factor. It was kind of something that we sort of talked about in the pregame, just the way that the individuals, they're good, but I almost feel like the way that Astralis started this one, we could have said the opposite was true. The way Ryu was taking names towards outside with his Deagle, but it was oftentimes the pistols that got Na'Vi over the line in this one. A couple great CT rounds with them, and then of course the last one to finish off this map.
Which kind of felt like it shouldn't have gone that way. The casters were talking a lot about it, and yet Na'Vi was able to pull it out. Like you said, that little X factor, they are the favorites. They were the favorites coming into this. But I want to focus in on Astralis. We can do that first half, moving into a little bit of the comeback in the second. Dust, what did you like about what you saw?
Well, I mean, I like that, despite having that fumble on the second round, losing to Wonderful's Deagle, they composed themselves and they put together a streak of about 3 rounds kind of in the middle of the half. And really what you saw a lot of it is, again, just the value that Ryu is bringing to this team as, a rookie and a guy to keep an eye out for a Rookie of the Year story of this year if he's able to keep up this pace. And that is that, yeah, his primary role is not that of an opener, but he's a luxury to have because he does have that capacity, right? And it takes a little bit of weight off the shoulders of some of the others. I mean, there were multiple rounds kind of early in the first half where Ryu was helping them take upper and getting entries on people in the upper rafters. There was, I think it was the final round of the half. It was their 5th round that they won on the T side where he just bulldozes into ramp room and finds an opening pick. And it's little things like that that allow him to be a little bit of an X factor. But unfortunately, just wasn't enough to go up against a Na'Vi team who was firing on all cylinders for the majority of this map.
I love how Dust, I'm just going off topic really quickly, but I'm going to point this out because I feel like this is a moment that he's creating a moment. I want to create a moment too. I think before we've even got into the second map of the first game, you've dropped the Rookie of the Year comment for Ryu a few times, going contender. I'm just setting this up so that at the end of the year, if he is one of the contenders, you can be like, I called that at the beginning of the year.
The Rookie of the Year story starts at the beginning of the year, right? And it's something that we're going to track all year long.
Does it start at the beginning of the year? Because last year's Rookie of the Year only
That's kind of true.
That's very true.
The conversation starts on the first day, but
it can pivot, right? I mean, last year the conversation started with someone like PR. Right, that was kind of the guy that a lot of people had on. Joda was another one at the beginning of the year, but then you had Maladoy and Kiyosuke come into the fold midway through the year, and they really stole the story at that point. And so that obviously can happen again. But for now, it's just cool to see someone like Ryu who had some LAN experience with Monty, but not against top level competition. He's being thrown into now the fold of having to play against tier 1 teams at an elite prestige event at Krakow and now here at Cluj with a very stacked field, and he's putting up really good performances. I mean, it's something that Astralis needs to be excited about because they haven't had a whole lot to be thankful for here lately.
You heard it here first. If he wins Rookie of the Year, this clip will probably find its way onto the internet. I'm just warning you.
You got to sow some seeds, throughout the year.
Sneaky analyst. I got the tricks. I know how it works. I want to talk about Wonderful because we brought him up in the pre-show. It was something that we said, like, we need Wonderful to activate. He looks really good on Nuke.
Wonderful was fantastic. I mean, the deagle that he had in round 2, even just the way that he was able to find great trade kills with the op, I feel like he's in this map doing everything that I wanted him to do from the beginning of this year. Obviously, Krakow did not go the way that he had wanted, so to see him bounce back in this fashion is a welcome sight. I feel like really, if he can actually just consistently contend with the top 5 operas in the world, it's a world of difference for what Na'Vi can be this season. Because if he just kind of falls out of that sort of conversation, if he's sort of just meddling around the 8th best, then you don't really have the same win conditions that Na'Vi did, because a lot of the rounds were off of the back of him having a multi-frag moment or just getting key kills that sometimes operas miss.
Yeah, I mean, Wonderful is definitely, when you look to Na'Vi, we talk about how there is really no true star on this team, right? And Makaze, it's a little too early to call. The others are people that we kind of know. We know Bit's capable of it, right? I mean, he was one of their best players in 2024 whenever they had that Team of the Year run that they had in kind of the first full year of CS2. But he hasn't been that same guy, right? I think Ima, to me, even though he's not the main entry of this team, he actually does a pretty good job when he still gets called upon to create openings. So he has that part of his game really fulfilled. But, he's had to kind of really repivot how he approaches the game to make room for Makaze. Makaze took a lot of his spots. Emo was having to move into some of JL's old roles or swap around with Bit or whatever. There's a lot of moving parts that took place with this one roster move. But yeah, like Wonderful is kind of that one guy. When you saw the performance like you saw at a major in Budapest, it's like, man, if we could get that more often, that all of a sudden just makes the game a whole hell of a lot easier when you have an opera that can have that kind of impact.
We're heading to Mirage now, and I feel like maybe Astralis has made this a little bit difficult for themselves, losing their map pick, because we know that for Na'Vi, they know this map like the back of their hand. By rights, they should be closing this out 2-0.
I would think so. I feel like the win condition in the series was Astralis taking Nuke, that is. I feel like this can still be a very competitive map, because even though Na'Vi Mirage is their bread and butter, I have seen some weaknesses. I feel like a lot of people understand the constricting play that Na'Vi just like to run so badly. And so we've started to see teams actually play to counter it a little bit more, pushing into Bit, whether he's in Palace or Ramp. I feel like so frequently that's been outlined from teams that have taken on Na'Vi in recent history, that they just want to force the issue. They want to take some space away, because Navi's mid control just feels so airtight when Ima's coming from underpass and Makaze and Alexi are working through mid also. It's hard to deal with that, but you can take extremities away from Navi now, and so if Astralis have keyed into that detail, there's a way that they can upset the balance here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, though. I mean, they've lost all 4 games they played with this 5 this year, and so I think you're going to have to see them step up their T sides in particular. They're going to be starting on the CT side, and again, Stair and Yabby are the ones to keep an eye on because they play such important roles defensively on this team. Again, Yabby had a great crack Kyle, but really struggled throughout the entirety of last year. Stair, he's a guy that we discussed in the pregame where he's been called upon to play a lot of star roles, but he's not always putting up star level numbers. He played fantastic there on Nuke, so if he can kind of carry that over, that's obviously going to be very important. But for me, again, it's going to come to, I think Astralis need to find a way to just get as much as they can out of the CT side because their T sides have really not been there. Meanwhile, when you look at Navi, yeah, they lost both their games at Krakow, but one was an overtime loss to Spirit, and they were so hot at the end of last year and throughout the Budapest Major where they're just, you mentioned their mid-control and their A pinches, but I think their playbook is just quite deep. Like, they can make pivots if they need to if that's not working out. I think they're a pretty balanced team all in all. And again, just like we talked about in the last game, it's just going to be, Makaze is kind of their front runner. It's going to be about how much impact he can have will really kind of determine how this thing plays out.
I think that's the biggest issue, right? We said it in the pre-show. We've seen it time and time again. Navi's consistency is where they lack. And how do you fix that? How do you activate these players? How do you make sure that they come in at a level consistently to be the wonderful that we saw at the major? I don't know what the answer to that is.
To me, that's more of an individual issue when it comes to Wonderful. I feel like the praise has gone well to the support staff of Navi. Ursula has seemingly done a really solid job in making sure that he is in the right mentality all the time, because even watching some of the Navi vlogs or even just things from what tournaments have released in the past, I feel like Wonderful, the consistency or his own, it's almost like his own mentality was wavering. These are such kind of broad stroke concepts, but when he's just between maps vaping just constantly nervously, I'm not really sure if he's going to deliver on map 2, and then sometimes he doesn't. So I feel like he's really settled down into being a star and actually just realizing that he can take liberties in how they want to run plays. He doesn't have to just follow the Blade book to a T every single time, that he can break the mold. And when you see him do that, when you see him just decide to go for a peak that has no trade potential, but he thinks it's a good fight, then you start seeing the best version of Wonderful.
If you've just woken up, good morning, first and foremost. You've missed the first map, but it's okay. Navi was able to take Astralis' pick, and we now move on to Mirage. That is Navi's pick, and right now it looks like they may be able to close this series at 2-0. We'll find out if that is the case right after the break.
She said she loves you.
But she can't love me.
But I love you.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
Play your role. 1xBet.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.
Şey, Monida'yı
Na'Vi are coming into Cluj-Napoca off the back of some pretty tough results to start off the year, so Let me just ask you overall, how is it within the Na'Vi camp right now? How are things feeling?
We still have high expectations and overall excitement just to, play more tournaments since we practiced for a long time before going to Krakow.
Yeah.
But now obviously we want to show results, that's it.
When you're looking back at some of the mistakes that are happening, we've spoken about this before with Na'Vi, is that you fix some things, then some old mistakes come in, and there's new ones. Is it frustrating for you when you're maybe having to go over this again and say, like, guys, okay, we're going back into old habits? Like, how are you guys approaching all of this?
I'm trying to figure if I can say anything brand new, but I wouldn't say so. I just think that it's the same process.
Yeah.
Trial and error. And at the same time, one bigger thing that happened during the boot camp and overall start of the season was obviously Train going out and Anubis coming back in. So also a lot of new repetitions on new maps and trying to understand our map pool since Train was one of our better ones.
Yeah. Understanding your map pool right now, do you have confidence with like a home map right now? Do you feel like there is one map that Na'Vi is better than, say, even the elite teams on?
Yeah, I do think so, that we still have the maps that everyone feels confident on, and if we pick it or it's the decider or whatever, there is comfort on the map for sure, but we still need to improve on the others. So,
in terms of a lot to show of it, we're in Romania, which I'm sure is an important one for Ima in particular. Is this something he's mentioned to you guys? Because he got to see Cluj last time around, just as a viewer, he was here just enjoying the environment. But can you see that this is a tournament that might mean some more to him?
I think so. I think he's been waiting for us to play like a tournament in Romania for a while now, with potentially playing in front of the audience and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think it's important for him, even though he might not say it.
Yeah.
But I do think it's always exciting to, play in one of your teammates' country. I think that, the crowd usually cheers for you, and at the same time, I think it's nice to see the excitement on these players and what it would mean to me to play in front of a Finnish crowd as well.
Yeah. But is this also quite an important tournament for you guys to now show up and show yourselves? Do you feel like you're at that point where you must have a good performance here, especially even just look at VRS points, not tanking so much?
Yeah, all these points, everything, they're important. And at the same time, I do think that we all want to perform. It's not like we must, but it's the expectations of all of the players and all the hard work you put in this year. Playing a bad tournament would be disastrous. So,
what gives you that feeling of, okay, I've done what I need to do, I've put the team in the right position to have that success?
I think just having the communication, the excitement, and the trust from all of the players in moments where you need to make a fast decision, or in moments where you need to outplay the opponents or whatever it might be. It's just I've played with this team for a long while now, so I understand when things are clicking and when things are not. So I know how I'm gonna be satisfied.
All right, and to end this on a bit more of a lighter note, me and you have spoke before about teammates missing utility and things like that. Are we past that now? Are we in a good spot?
Hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah.
Well, Alexi, thank you for all your thoughts as always. Good luck going into the tournament, man.
Thank you.
Chance to see the bounce back. Astralis, they had an opportunity, it felt like, over on Nuke. Whether that opportunity was squandered or whether it was never really truly there for the taking, well, we'll leave that in the history books, Mohan, because now Mirage is where they've got to bounce back.
They have to, we typically see 3-map series from...
No, this is surely the one.
This is the one.
So I've asked my AI to give me commentary lines for Lonks, a Romanian player with 100% win rate on land in Romania.
Okay, what have you got?
And so I'm just going to subtly drop them in, and the goal is you have to try and see, and this goes for you guys in chat too. You have to try and figure out when is it a AI line? And you can just write that's AI. And when it's not AI.
So they have to be, they're all launch related though.
They're all launch related. So there's
Okay,
like, I've
you've
given
got
you a
AI
nice
launch
narrow
lines.
vessel.
Okay, I think I'm up for the task. I don't think AI could recreate the genius that goes on in your brain, Harry. I think you gap AI, you clear it.
Well, that's what we're here to find out. You know? AI.
Right.
You know what it stands for, Hugo?
Artificial intelligence.
Intelligente.
Intelligente. Woxic, don't 100 to 0 in this molly, please. He is going for the mid pick, Harry. The word go.
Yeah, there
Word
is
of the day
Woxic
right
with
now.
that all. We promised it would happen, but they're getting Delta B rush. And as the first man in, it's Longs. Would have been a funny time to offer up one of the lines, but he's dead with nothing.
That's not fair.
Krabeni, okay, double kill. Suddenly, you're right back in this thing.
Need to get that bomb down, need to get it down quick. Running back to main. Jukes picks it up, puts it in. Flank spotted. Good shot for Wakadia. Recovers that burst. And now, can't really play connector because the bomb is not for you. You have no nades either. Foot are going to have to fight forward to win this round. Looking quite locked right now to their positions. Good kill for Jukes, just holding on. Second flank is a problem. Jukes Molly.
Displace him. Wasn't ready for Maja. Krabeni still holding the line.
Burned.
Molly's big, gonna force the swing. Krabeni burns, and Maja taking it to time. The util there to bail out Aurora as they get their first CT round on the board.
Phew! Comes off of a Maja 3K on the flank. Good patience on that molly, letting Krabeni burn, not dying to a firefight. A very scary round indeed though for Aurora, because despite the 5v3, it's a clean double entry for Krabeni. He's feeling it right now. With him and Longs looking good. So Aurora on the board. Can they build? Double orb here. Symmetry going for mid. They get boosted. With the boost, his team can walk underneath it. Santaris is playing for this.
Need the trade. Behold, Lonks, the Romanian rifler whose land record at home gleams 100%, a flawless diamond in the dust of defeat.
I think that's AI.
That was AI. If you guessed AI, you were right.
Defeat.
The dust of defeat.
What does that mean? He won.
From Bucharest's battleground, Longs emerges undefeated.
We're not in
Romanians
Bucharest.
Land sovereign, weaving perfection in every pixel.
Wrong city, Grok. That's the wrong city. Patience pays off here for Foot. They sit still until Wakadia feeds them a kill, and now the double orb. Oh, it's here. Double trouble. Woxic. Can he skewer them? Coming through the smoke. Woxic dodges. Nice shot. Second player. Woxic gets a chance to scope again. Yeah, missed shot. Demon does recover.
Oh, Soulfly suddenly thrown into a 1v2, and a part of you's kind of keen. Almost doesn't want to write this one off, but you're smoked at camera. Room's been taken away. Double setup over towards heaven. Soulfly weighing up if he wants to give it a try.
You've got to try. These are hard rounds to get CT side. 1v2 post-part with a kit. Give it a go.
That just positioned so well to deal with this. Even as Soulfly comes looking, maybe you're ready for one, you're not ready for two. Oh! They count down, peak together, and Soulfly rewarded with a 1v2. And that's why you never write it off. You're always willing to give it a go.
They've choked it, Harry. They've absolutely thrown it away, swinging together.
Say, you know, I don't know if it was needed per se.
Didn't necessarily have to go and do that.
There was very little time left. That is a rough round to hand over.
Oh, that hurts. Even just one player going for that play, it sets you up for an easy trade. I mean, you could see that one aligning. Oh dear. No other way to lose that. They get yoinked. Like a snake in the Florida Everglades. Round grabbed by Aurora, and Foot could have run away with his half, Harry, but now their money, cause for concern. 3 smokes, an orb, and a couple of guns. Moves here, and Aurora are perhaps onto their dream CT side. Here we go.
Good trade at least. Stops that attempt at the play for Aurora. Hara is waiting with flashes, but they're already in dark, so he tries to get that out now. Needed Magic to deliver. Duke still breaks through with one of his own, and now has a clutch in front of him. We'll have a chance at the bomb plant here. Aurora don't give chase on that tap. This is going to waste time. I try and bait them in again, and they still don't fall for it. They're really looking at leaving with no time, no options. Big nade, big damage. And again, trying to force the fight.
Okay.
Woxic, eyes on, never lets him have the room to attempt that 1v2. That's a high pressure ending to the round. Woxic nails the shot, and it's all forgotten about.
Oh, yeah, maybe overcooking, maybe thinking there's a flank there, and he just wanted to force a kill. There was a chance for a lineup for Jukes, but when they get the double entry, you feel like you just got to stick it in that moment. Gives you the best chance. And so Foot, without that lineup, this could have been a very strong opening half. Now it's going to be competitive. Aurora get them on pistols. Aurora get a chance to right their wrongs. I like that active B defense last round as well, right? Matt just setting up Soulfly with a deep flash into water. They can peek with it without getting blinded. Then Xantares sets Madra up for his kill main. Then they combine. Aurora always doing something. Gotta stay active on CT Anubis.
There he is. In Romania's pixelated Colosseums, Lorx is the undying gladiator. 100% triumphs. A legend forged in flawless fire, but he's dead after one. Oh! Damn good try for Juice.
Pixelated Colosseums, dude. That's
it loves the
kind of
pixelated angle.
I love how it mentions his land win rate every single line. Every time I mention ZywOo, I'm going to mention he's the #1 player of 2025.
It's
every
good, it's
time.
context. AI news, the context is important.
Every time, without fail.
Without fail.
I'm going to go with AI.
It was AI. If you guessed AI,
dude,
you're
I'm nailing
correct.
Chile. Hello.
Not gonna lie, Gladiator of the Pixelated Colosseum goes kind of hard.
Yeah, it's like that classic AI cringe though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
AI is very cringe in its own way.
Okay, here's something good. Lorx isn't just good, he's great.
That's fair.
That's peak AI right
That's
there.
good, man. He's not just good, and then one of those really big hyphens.
Yeah.
He's great.
That's how it works. Oh, no molly in the window. Woxic, what you doing, buddy? Quick pick, and he's out. Like a gladiator in a pixelated Colosseum, Woxic.
He's sticking around.
He's crazy right now.
Oscar Oh. Well, we all liked what he was trying to do there. Foot put a stop to it. Soulfly. It's the bomb now spotted out here in mid. Tries to play it forward, force another fight through.
Oh, watch out. Very low.
Lies. The Romanian Reaper. That one's off the dome.
Oh, okay, I thought there was going to be a mention of his 100% land win rate in Romania.
There is a slight giveaway with these AI ones. You've noticed it, Hugo.
Have you got more?
I have infinite. That's the beautiful thing with AI. I will take the Amazon rainforest down today to give you the Lonks lines. Come on, Lonks!
Evil.
Oh,
that's a crazy kill. No line? For that?
Shit.
Give us something.
Lonks! Romanian's untarnished legend. Perfect land wins at home. Painting masterpieces with every spray.
Okay, they can't line up here, Harry. It's impossible. But Madja has kit and smoke and molly. It's taking a lot of time right now. That smoke on the bomb is going to cause some chaos. Can they break through? Oh, they saw him before. Yeah, they saw him get on the bomb.
They saw him.
They saw him before the smoke blew. Took a little too long.
They did see him.
All right, well, it went wrong here for Madja. If only they both played Heaven and peeked him together.
That's the thing, man. When you're facing these gladiators in their pixelated arena,
yeah,
you gotta always be ready for that.
For what?
Being spotted, getting on the bomb.
Yeah, true.
These are my favorite rounds.
You said that earlier. Don't know if it's true.
I actually do like them. No one feels like they have anything to lose. Look at all this B main space.
Ooh.
I have a good feeling about this for Aurora. Check this out, Hugo. Cast this round. You're gonna lose your mind.
I mean, they're walking very far on very good timing. Behind, but Foot. They've got better guns. There shouldn't be anything. Magic kill. Nade's dropped. Exec ruined. But Demon, he's fine. He's also fine. There's 2 kills from the USPs. 3 kills as Demon is headshot.
I warned you.
There shouldn't be anything happening, but we were warned. They're bailing. They're out of there. See you later. Bomb runs away. Almost leaves Jukes to the fire. But he will join up. Gravity takes Con back straight away. Bomb down. Problems averted.
Oh, you always got to resist the temptation to go for a peek here. There's a voice in your head telling you just to try and fight it. And well, Krabeni at least will get out with the kill. Got the spot on Woxic as well. So now they know where the last guy is coming from. If you're Woxic though, you've got 2 low players in front of you. And now you're low yourself. You decide, you know what? I don't want the smoke. And he'll get out of there. Lives to fight another day, does Woxic. Still, it's around for Foot. Narrowly. You can't lie, Hugo. They gave him a very good run for their money, considering there was just 1 flash in that entire round for Aurora.
You called it, Harry. You called it. You said there was a chance.
You can just tell, man. You can just tell when those rounds are going to happen.
Well, it didn't happen, so don't get ahead of yourself. Take the compliment.
Well, I know it didn't happen, but come on. It basically did.
It basically did. I'll give you that. Except it didn't, because for 6 rounds. A double orb again here for Aurora.
Now, here's a rare sight. Match a double orb. Oh, well. Nope. It's not gone well. You want to know why,
Lonks.
Hugo? Because Lonks. Oh, I've already read this one. Shit. Lonks ascends. Flawless on Romanian lands. Like an eagle. Talons ready for the world. I don't even understand this. Oh,
That doesn't
actually,
make sense.
I don't know. We'll see. Here we go.
All right, Xantaro's ready for this world. 3v3 here. Aurora, a make or break round on their CT side. If they win this, they're in great position. Xantaros needs a quick kill. He's got it, but his whole team have been felled. Grenade lands, slam dunk. Xantaros getting his time wasted and enough time to win it out. He knows it. Foot have picked up a 7th on the T side, and Xantaro's triple is not enough.
Oh, I like that inflection to the end there.
Thanks, man. I do this
Not
sometimes.
enough. All right, we're burning through the longs lines faster than anticipated. He's 11 and 7.
Yeah, but have some more for the second half.
I've
Harry.
asked it for more, but Rock is being slow today.
Do you have to give him like more information, maybe?
I don't think so. I'm liking the angle it's taken.
Okay, sure. I just wish I knew his win rate on land in Romania. It could be anything.
Don't worry, boy, if I got some lines for you.
Okay, that's good to know. Foot, 7-round T side.
I got a bridge in Terabithia to sell you.
Thus spoke Harry Thustra. Couple of rifles remain here for Aurora. I hate saying for Aurora.
I know, I've even seen people comment on it saying they
really
love when
hurts.
casters say for Aurora.
It really hurts my lips. For
Aurora. Aurora.
Aurora.
Aurora Rocher. Here we are. Krabeni leads the charge. And, well, they tried to blitz through over towards A, see if they're given an opening, see if they're given a reason just to keep that pacing high. It doesn't happen, and so now you take the pace out of the round and you slow it down yourselves. Aurora. Boost up. Oh, and look who's going up there. Longs tried his hand at a mid-peak. And
Kind of
really,
like an
they're
eagle.
lucky. Kind of like an eagle.
His talons ready, or whatever he said. Ready for the world.
Romania's lands labyrinth. Longs is the flawless Minotaur. 100% victorious. Devouring dreams with draconic precision. And as we're talking about dragons, it's demons on the rise for Foot. 4 on 3 as they get into a post. See, I segue back into that with
That was good.
non-AI.
That was really
Man
good.
and machine working together. And a bomb now planted. Oh, it's rough for Madja as he is laid down in sacrifice. Foot
Xantaros,
about to put in a fantastic T-side shift.
Xantaros, you can't save. Got to go for it. Flashing Soulfly back in. They heard him leave. They're flanking. Xantaros set up for some exits. That's all it's going to be. This is a Foot who Harry said will win the event to keep up Lawrence's land win rate in Romania if they win this map. And right now, with an 8-round T side, they are making a compelling case.
Yeah, they really are. Dude, this is that's a sick first half from this Foot squad. I think, you know, they're quickly becoming a very interesting team for us to get to watch this season, man. They've put in a number of solid performances. You really get the vibe that this young squad are all building in the right direction. I liked in the interview in between these maps, Lonks just talking about how he knew there was a strong team here, how he felt like they had the foundations. And, you know, I really hope we see them keep going from strength to strength. Because right now, they're kind of like a dark horse type team, right? They can show up, they can beat some heavy-hitting squads, they can take down some of the best, but it is about consistency. You even said that coming into this series, right? The idea of it's not enough to beat them on one-off basis. You need to kind of keep that up over a whole event, over a couple of tournaments. But taking down Aurora day one, especially with Anubis in the pool, that would be one hell of a feat. If you can do it 2-0, that's the task in front of them. And they've delivered on a very good half.
Aurora have not lost this map in 9 months, technically. Not since it was last in the pool. 3-win streak or two this season. And some chaos in this pistol. Aurora don't get to run their plan. It's Demon double from Con while a window player keeps the pressure on. 5v3, forget whatever you had in mind. This would be 4 out of 4 pistols in the series if they can convert this 5-on-3. This would be game, set, and match in the opening of this Swiss stage. Oh, Krabbeney, he's heard him.
I love it. This is the bomb. Oh, it's fine. Never worried. I know it sounded like I was, but those were sounds of joy. Lantares. Oh, you can't get past this guy. Do you even know who he is?
Oh.
Lonks. Blooms like a Black Sea rose, thornless on Romanian lands at 100%. Petals of perfection poised to conquer continents. Lonks just keeps up the goods, man. He's got a streak to maintain.
I don't know. I think that one was off the dome. That was That was pretty good, Harry.
That was pretty good. That one kind of hit. A lot of alliteration in these.
Yeah. Stealing my job. Every pistol taken in this series now for Foot. They did lose to a Force at the start of Mirage. But Aurora, even for a second round bye, nature of not having that bomb plant means this is pretty ugly. 4 Tech 9s, Mac 10. Just looking to charge their way in. Very limited util. The gap has been found. Walking through middle, info play by Lonks in the site, but he's just turned around. As this mid control comes in, Aurora pick up the pace. Lonks, no kills for this. They've lost a lot of map control right now. This can go wrong.
Need Jukes to keep him covered as well. This smoke's gonna fade, and so they will get pincered. Jukes does what he can. Tries to nade that gun away from them and catch anyone attempting the chase. Bomb now planted. Tech 9's in this post plant. Soulfly adds another. It's the retake of Main. Krabbeney muscling through. And an essential 3K restores order to this round. But breathe a little easier. And on these final few steps to victory now, that bomb plant did come through, means that you could see another cobbled together investment out of Aurora. But if they go for that, you know, they're all in till the end of the game now. This is Aurora believing they can break through on lesser buys with not a lot to work with. And that when they do, they'll break Foot's money, and that will give them the way back in.
Yeah, it's not even believing, it's just you have to do it at this point. 10-4 down, you're on T-side Anubis, you're on your best map. And Foot have yet to win this map. Finally looking to break through at an integral time. And doing it with bravado and confidence. Lonks just dropped window. He has stairs control and he's making it no secret either. It is taken. Cemetery just losing eyes on this position, but that temple smoke should give it away. Oh dear, they're blocking each other, getting rushed at in heaven. He still takes one with him.
That's what's gone a bit wrong, but it's still not an ideal place to be in the round. Duke's just holding on to heaven, trying to stop anyone from closing in while his teammates rotate over. There's no util to block off these angles for Aurora, and that will give Foot a way back into this retake. Might swing for Lonks, struggles to convert upon it. Rest of the gang will. It's Krabbeney who can't break through. Very aggressive post plant there, and Aurora find their lifeline. That round they were hoping for comes through straight away.
Yeah, it's almost like Foot say, hey, they wouldn't do it twice, would they? And they take eyes off middle as Aurora just walk through the middle of the map. It's a bit of a surprise. It's kind of a classic Aurora move, just walking dry mid. Something Xantares and Magi used to do a lot. And so that happening back-to-back rounds, both rounds Foot getting caught off guard. This time, it cost them. So need to be very aware of that possibility now, as Aurora have given themselves a fighting chance. Put Foot's money in its place.
Terrorists win.
Still trying to bring that hype here. Force in.
I mean, if you're Aurora, you're very, very used to these type of games on Anubis. The idea that you would have to launch big comebacks that used to be, you know, kind of before the removal, it was the case for Aurora that this is how they would win this map. You know, you'd put in whatever shift you could in that first half, try and get a couple of CT rounds, and then lean heavy on the T side. And sure, the window, I guess, has changed that a little, but you've built up a lot of resilience here. You're used to these type of score lines, and so I like that the energy is high after that one round win.
Yeah, they know what it can be. You know, suddenly this game is within reach. And I like that. Some acknowledgement of the opportunity.
Good read on the situation from Madja. Plays it through this smoke down in dark, and that catches Krebeni entirely by surprise. Thinking he's done enough to kind of drum up the idea that there's multiple players there on B. He will lose Antares, but the bomb should be safe to escape. Woxic even hanging around.
No.
All right, gives away a kill. Now taking a fight down in dark. Soulfly thinks better of it. Now, bomb rotating in a little bit later will give you time.
Yeah, flanks coming in. On the bridge as well, but no kit on the clock. Foot need to move fast. They can't afford to wait for Longs to get set up. I feel like Demon needs to go get a fight right now, or Longs has to run. So they start to poke their head back in. Moving fast now, open plant. They need all the kills to win this round, and Aurora are not conceding anything. That clock may have decided it. Good setup for the 2-for-1, but still kills to take, and Wakadia saves the day. Despite a team kill, they're in the mix. 4 Foot. They had a fighting chance, but Aurora were always meant to win that round. It was low money and stack avoided. Now it's full eco. Now it's looking like a three-round game. Aurora with more to show in this series. And suddenly, no longer all doom and gloom.
Terrorists win.
Ah, you missed your chance.
Run!
Soulfly now has a friend here to support him. Lots of them, in fact. The entire team, apart from Madja. Oh, they're just going to try and end this. Okay. Now changing their mind and trying to get away. They'll hold on. It's fine. Good stuff for Woxic and Zantares. Woo! All right, only a couple of rounds left on this one. You're close to tying it up, Aurora.
Slightly concerning.
I feel like if you're the Foot guys, you maybe want to try and do something about Madja down here in dark. He's been really annoying. Just going and taking this space every single round, it feels like. And again, Madja's back.
Captain's clash down in Con, but Benny just blocking. No one in a hurry. Xantares had a great recovery. Well, he just dropped down to help, but a reblock comes into the connector, so Foot try and hold on to this position with 2 players. Manja has no chance coming through that smoke. And Xantares can't trade either. Reblock for the 3rd time, 40 seconds. This whole plan has just been denied by the triple smoke in connector from Foot. Aurora don't want to change their mind. Looking stubborn. And so as Xantares and Woxic come back from checking water, they just have to recommit to what they know is a stack. A molly after the 3 smokes. No more util left. It's going to come down to 15-second fights.
Oh, if you're able to deal with the main component, that's the bomb. Dropped out in no man's land. Rotates now arriving. Kills come through. Seconds to spare on this bomb plant, but you're going to get through with it. Foot trying to close in. Backstab on Xantares, and Soulfly gets iced out. They wrap all around him, and Foot will overcome that B play from Aurora.
That was
all
just
that
a really
util, man, so frustrating down in dark.
Well, you said you wanted them to deal with Manja. They dealt with him a very different way. They just said, no, you can't come in. 3 smokes and a molly get used in one position, cycling throughout the round, knowing Aurora are focused on taking this con control. And then, sure, Manja goes through. It looks pretty ugly, to be honest. No one's able to trade, and the whole round just kind of peters out, where they're forced to plant, and they can't do anything once they get their hands off the bomb. Average Xantares moment there. Not a good time for the tilt, as Foot balancing, and one little swing in the wrong direction could be the end of this series.
Change the direction for Aurora. Slow out here towards middle. Eamon just hoping he can play for one. They try and cross this contact. Fire a bullet on the flashbang. That's what Aurora were kind of hoping to get the reaction of. And even a takeover A, crunch at water for Lonks as well as he's playing through that smoke. They'll make it through camera. Need to win this main fight. They deal with that. Woxic able to stop the flank coming in quickly through Temple. It's just Jukes over here in main, still putting up resistance. He's got 3 players coming his way. They're going to try and swing them together here. One more from Jukes. Lonks takes up position. They can't fight for main. And so Xantares looking elsewhere, just gets shot in the back. Round falls apart, Foot fired up. They've now got multiple chances to close out this series and go 1-0 up to start their run in Cluj.
Oh, Xantares just walked all the way back. It was a perfect reposition. Then he just fires Harry. He accidentally clicks. He just shoots in the open, reveals his position. They just walk through the smoke. And he can't blame anyone for that. Big mistake to stop a likely clutch. Sick hold for Jukes in main. And Foot, like you said, are right there within touching distance of the series of a 2-0 of a win on Anubis, a map they've yet to win with this squad over Aurora, and I think a team that were the world's best.
Even that, you know, adds pressure to the guys that go on a face Foot. It's been one of the few, like, hard and fast vulnerabilities this team have had. Even then, not many a squad, you know, loving to go to Anubis, and right now taking down the guys famously that do love this map, that do always look to pick into it if given the chance. It just makes you, you know, it kind of puts the thought in the rest of the teams in attendance mind. Okay, have they been working on that? You know, you see the results getting better, you see the games getting closer. This would be a very galvanizing win for Foot.
Well, Harry, towards the dawn of this roster, at least when it was a core under Navi Jr., this team won 18 out of their first 19 Anubis officials.
Anubai.
That's what Aurora have. So, historically, a very comfortable map for Foot just a long time ago with a different roster. And right now they're returning to form at the perfect time. Okay, same play that's caught you off guard twice, and it's caught you off guard thrice.
Oh, and still they'll get the kills. Jukes was not supposed to get away with one there. Missed shot for Symmetry. And so it has given you a bit of leeway here, a chance to move in for Aurora.
Worth a shot.
Right now, don't have a perfect picture of this retake. Woxic can't control for the second. Demon with a high impact trade still leaves you with a chance of going for this. Zantares looking to remove that opportunity, and he will just waltz it home with a 3K. Aurora still in the map thanks to that multi-kill from Zantares. They're going to need a lot more to go right here on their path to a comeback. How many times will this fast camera split catch Foot sleeping at the wheel?
Yeah. I'm just shocked they don't have eyes on it in any of these positions. They don't even have a player like close main watching the jiggle, watching the pixel. Like that round fair, Juice got full flash in the sight, but he still had his back turned. It took them running to make him even look at them. Aurora, this is not new. It's worked 2 of the 3 times they've done it in this game. Foot bring a play of their own, but this gets heard. Pushing the mid-bridge, Soulfly watching with the bomb. Pick from the orb in middle. Oh, timing missed. Shotgun is scary. Not sure you want to push this matchup. Team setting up A, and with given time, Woxic has found 2 opening kills.
His guns dropped over here in mid, but Foot are in no position to go and get them. So just sending Wakadia out to go and roam. He'll get the info. Well, there were 2A. They've ended up playing into the auto shotgun. Thankfully, Madger doesn't let it ruin the round. So now within touching distance of overtime. Money broken for Foot. They've got one more proper buy in this game, Hugo.
Oh, suddenly it's not looking so easy, huh? Suddenly, Foot have to work for it. Ready to give up on Aurora, honestly, some of these rounds. This mid stack is scary, Harry. Zantares, the guy for the job.
Yeah, it's all been contained. No worries, no issues. And here's this one buy you were promised. All right, it's got pretty much everything you could need. I'm going to feel the burn of not being able to field an orb down the tail end of this game. Especially with Woxic having some high impact round on his. See Badger talking down the line as well. Maybe something involving a Woxic opener here on that orb.
Definitely getting given the fighting window so far on this T side. Scopes up immediately for it. Oh, Long's looking interested, but it's the swinging con as well. Longs drops in, and Zantares has cover. So Foot, this is their one gun round. They come aggressive.
I think it takes a lot of balls to go with a call like that this late in the game, right? Try and come through with an aggressive move, be the guys setting the tone. They know they have a kill here on a plateau. Oh, no! Missed shot for Demon. Woxic isn't missing.
Wow.
And he just nails every single fight he's given here. That is a dominant round on the rifles, and now overtime is right there and up for the taking.
Look, fair play to Aurora. You're all ready to write them off. Everyone watching at home, I was there as well. It felt like this game was done. Aurora with a late resurgence off of that contact mid-walk, and now 4 rounds straight. Couple of gun rounds, now an easier one. Foot broken with MP9s and Fami. Fam in on this CT side, they got no money. And the patience has paid off here for Aurora's T-half. Xantara's in middle, Woxic in water, continually given opening kills.
Yeah, look man, Aurora, they've done the hard part, right? This is, in theory, one of the easiest rounds they've had on this entire comeback, and this is the one that gets you into OT, so just no missteps now. You want to play a kind of safer round, taking it low and slow, seeing if Foot come through with any aggression off the rip, and this has got 2 benefits, right? One, if there were more of those aggressive moves, you're ready to deal with it, but also, because Foot don't have a lot of money to work with here, you're making them burn through whatever util they have.
Good Molly.
Molly's nice. Hear the tag. Oh no! But they just take the fight straight up. Gravity knew they were in there. Now it's all eyes on Demon. He's 1v5 in the B site hold. Teammates might be on their way, but if he dies instantly, this is left to a 3v5 retake. Aurora looking good to drag us into OT. One back for Longs.
Postpon's taken, 3 players main. They can fight together, they have the manpower. Smoker's problem, there is no break for that available. There's also no kit. You're gonna stick this in the open? Are you really? Surely not. Guns gifted, Woxic on the boost, plucks one more, and this should be as good as overtime. Jukes clearing up other positions, but knowing that Aurora are all here. There is no way to force this kill. One runs through, but no time on this clock. This is OT between Foot and Aurora on a late in the day recovery. 5 rounds in a row, staring at match point dead in the face every second.
It's a sick sequence out of Jukes, but all for naught, all in vain. Overtime arrives all the same. It's a case where, you know, you feel like Jukes is super warmed into this game. He is running hot right now, but it doesn't matter. He's just been getting avoided in these last couple of rounds. They've stopped with the A plays, even though it was a winning strategy early on. Starting to exploit the B hold a little bit. And so now we end up in OT. This is where, you know, if you're Aurora, you can level up, you can power through, you can make this a 3-mapper after all, and keep your good-looking Anubis in check.
12-7 up for Foot. This was their game to lose, and well, they've not lost it yet, but they've taken a healthy beating on this CT side. It's finally a streak comes up for Aurora in this series. This was awkward for Krabeni. I feel like he had in-game leader brain there. Players picked in the molly and still pulled nades out. Cardi spotted, yeah, not getting out of that one alive.
That's another big Jukes kill.
He is just getting involved right now.
I know, just let him do whatever he wants. He's having one of those games. Okay, well recovered at least.
He'll take it.
Keeping that advantage safe and sound. Jukes is begging, please say we've done enough at B that they come to my bomb site. He knows that might not happen, so he's in a position that's ready to fast flank.
You just feel the pressure to do something when you're having a game like this and when you're not getting the fights you want. So let's see if he can come in on a healthy flank here while Aurora walk into this B bomb site. Contact plays have been really good for Aurora on T side, but contact into an orb could cost you. Cemetery gives it up. Playing back from CT.
You know it's the B play now. That A main aggression's come through. Cemetery won't get offered anything. And Woxic's even plucked Jukes out of that flank, so they've lost their big time star. They've lost their heavy hitter. No damage util either. To get this free kill on Woxic, you're gonna have to earn it. He's still got chances to be involved on this AWP.
One shot. Time. Oh, it's all gone wrong here for Foot. Team Flash, they can't waste a second. Missed shot, Woxic gets his last, and it all comes up again for Aurora. That was very tame for Foot. Feels like they've lost the fire on this CT side. Too many close rounds not converted.
I think, you know,
and
you
Aurora
always have like a bit of a limit, right? You had 5 opportunities to close out this game. You didn't get a single one of them, and now you're not feeling the same as you were earlier. You know, you're not riding that high, the upset win. You're not staring down the barrel of a 2-0. You're now just fighting for survival, and it's a fight they're rapidly losing out on. This is helped massively as well by the recovery of Woxic and Xantares, who both started slow in the series, now hitting very, very hard, nearly 30 kills deep on both of them. You know, there's only one guy putting up those type of numbers for Foot. It's Jukes, and if anything, him wanting to be involved in fights and largely getting dodged has actually got him killed in the last couple of rounds.
Okay,
it's another 5v4, and again with this aggression, Soulfly this time a bit more passive, lets them go for the clear, and now trying to operate in that little gray area. They just cleared this, and so he's going to try and slide in through the back. Can't convert on the kill. Demon gets out with it in a 5v3. Foot, there's no more excuses. They can't give this one away.
That was a nice try for Soulfly. He read it right with the timing, but missed shot. They recover.
Again,
Orb's traded over to low player.
Again, triple dark play.
For the Orb.
Orb here. Kravenny doesn't hit a shot. It's 2 instant kills for Aurora. What was it? 3v5 instantly flipped on its head.
Oh god, it's all gone pear-shaped. 2v3, walking back in, kit smoke available, but these kills hard to get past. 30 deep on Xantares, moving around that pillar masterfully, and he lines them up on the clutch. 32 frags to the 29 of Woxic. And to the tune of this T side, Aurora look to run away with the game. How does Kravenny not get one kill off that Orb?
This one just aches for Foot. Like, you can feel it, you know, that they feel like they had these chances, they had these opportunities, they could have made this the 2-0, and it's gotten away from them. And make no mistake, it feels like it might just continue getting away from them. Aurora firmly in the driver's seat. They just turn around a 3v5. They finish it down near flawlessly from that position. Comes through with a flurry of openers. And even though you've been winning the opening fights, Lonks puts up a stellar double. It's never come to matter. What about the triple kill? What about 3 off the rip for Foot? Surely this is enough.
It has to be enough. There's no excuses at this point for Foot. They just lost a 5v3. They need a round on the CT side. They need a recovery.
I mean, also just look at who you've removed, right? Like in that last 3v5, the 2 guys with 30 kills were left in the picture. But here, it's a comparatively struggling Maja in this clutch. 1v4 as it begins. Bomb down over towards the stairs. He's going to go on the retrieval mission. That kill comes for free. Cemetery just out in the open. Caught on the weapon switch.
Big problem. Lonks low. They're not grouped right now. There's a 1v1 available. Regaining info in middle.
That they lose a string of man advantages, culminating in a 1v4 clutch from Maja.
Oh, but they might. Double up in mid is good.
Alongside Lonks, there's the swing, and it stops Maja in his tracks. No clutch today, but only 1 round found on this CT half for Foot.
Could have been 2, should have never been overtime, but they'll take 1, Harry, with how this game is going. 6 rounds in a row, streak broken. 7, in fact, from Aurora before Foot get back in the game, get that taste of victory once more. But Aurora, I think, is a very different team now, right? You had Xantares and Woxic quiet. You had them raging, disagreeing.
I mean, even just the type of plays they'll attempt now on this CT side is going to feel very different. You know, I'm expecting Woxic, again, aggressive from the start, donning that Orb, taking it out towards the window. Actually, he's got a dark spawn, right? So screw it, maybe even peek there on the AWP. Hell, even something aggressive out towards main. He's got a lot of options here with this spawn, this Woxic. And he's the last guy you want to feel like he has options right now, but they're all open to him in this first of OT. Is the AWP, and yeah, it will be the Dark Peak for Woxic. A lot of players sprinting on past. They've dodged that AWP. You hear it fire off. You might look to pick up the pace, and that's where the Wakadia double really is your worst nightmare. Stops that attempt at the spillover. It was the right decision from Foot, but just no accounting for the individual efforts there out of Aurora, and you're instantly off to a horrible start. Meant to be the better half, meant to be the easier side, but you begin this all-important rifle round, 3v5.
Well, AWP has rotated out after firing in con, so Woxic back to mid. There is a chance, I do want to say, despite this being 3-on-5, Foot with that molly put a lot of pressure on Aurora, and I don't think they're ready for double B main. If only those players were walking in right now, they could get kills, but they're lining up and execute. Maja, aggressive in connector, takes Demon with him, and that gives time for Woxic to move on over. Dead or not, this one's done. It's a map point to Aurora. Finally, with a chance to win the game now, instead of playing catch-up like they did all regulation long. And a smile on Makadi's face despite being bottom of the entire server right now. Big double kill from him to light that round on fire and give us a 5v3 that Aurora will convert. Foot have choked the important rounds, and Aurora have remained calm under this pressure.
Even now, another good idea in this one, right? Woxic runs dark again with the spawn, fires a shot off on the AWP just to kind of misdirect where it's in play, and then immediately goes and shores up the mid defense. You know, that last round kind of showed the Foot are down to react quickly once that AWP fires, and so gonna look for control elsewhere, gonna stay away from B. Woxic is one step ahead of them with this reposition.
Oh dear, Longs with a catch down in con. Still this mid-fight that comes up well for Aurora, setting a man up right now. B feeling like the best option, but Aurora made that call before Foot. They've already rotated Woxic in. 2v4. Might just be overpass required.
Had your chance at the 2-0, but make no mistake about it, it's well and truly away from you, and the Aurora flawless record on Anubis looking to keep up as they pull off a startling comeback there. They were on the back foot throughout that entire map, able to seal the deal in overtime, and they make it look easy. A welcome recovery from Woxic and Xantares, and a series now set to go the distance. Foot missed out on their chance to showcase the improvement here on Anubis, and now have to hope their overpass is up to snuff.
Yeah, that's going to hurt for Foot, because not only was this a chance to 2-0 Aurora, it was a chance to do it on Aurora's best map, on a map you've had trouble with, sets you up really well in the tournament, makes other teams scared of what your Anubis has to offer. And to be fair, it looked really, really good, but you could see the pressure get to them there. 12-7 up, couple of man advantage moments. Aurora with a couple of, I still want to say predictable calls, because some of the T-side walking into middle, it was never realized by Foot at any point in the game. It worked almost every time. Aurora caught them off guard with a very magic call.
And I mean, you can kind of feel Foot shrinking up under the pressure of this one, you know? They lost a lot of that kind of initiative they had early on. They were no longer down to make the contact moves of their own. They struggled getting a solid read of the game. If you give too much respect to Aurora on this map, you're going to be in for a bad time, and that feels like it's what happened after losing out on those 5 chances to close the game. Couple of man advantages in there that they couldn't, they kind of couldn't tap back into the form they were once at. Because there was a time where they were down to go for the contact walks, down to take the aggressive moves. I'm thinking even about like that B hit round in overtime, where if the main players had just committed, if they'd kind of believed the info they'd got from that early molly into dark, it could have been their round, even though they were at the disadvantage. you end up kind of not playing to lose. That felt like the vibe, you know. You recognize that you weren't playing for the win anymore. You're just trying to stem the bleeding every step of the way. And this is the last team you can afford to show respect to on Anubis, especially with Woxic and Xantares playing like they did. 220 ADR between the two of them, man. It's a damn good showing.
Yeah, it's about as punishing as a match of CS can get, where you feel like, you know, not one player, even a player having a great game like Jukes, can change the outcome or can save the game. You're only as strong as your weakest element, and there are a lot of weak elements there in that CT side for Foot. I don't know what to call now coming into this third map, right? No. It's an open game, it's a middle ground map for both teams. It's an Aurora who are now hyped up, and it's a Foot that I've been trodden on after that Anubis comeback. So we're going to have to wait and see. Third map of this series, opening game here, PGL Cluj-Napoca, up after the break.
Astana, are you ready?
We are talking all things Anubis with a team that I know is so happy that it's back in the map pool. It's Aurora, it's Woxic, and okay, let me ask you this, because I'm sure you're happy, but obviously Train went out, which you guys also played pretty well.
Yeah.
So is it just like a win and a lose at the same time? How do you make it the map pool right now?
It's great to have that Anubis back, but personally, for example, I was like really love the Train.
Yeah.
So it's gone at the same time. You're like, nah, why did that not come? You know. But otherwise, Anubis came back, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in the middle.
And do you feel like Aurora is a team where you are like trendsetters on this map of how to play it, how you do things?
Yeah, I mean, overall, that from the start until now, yeah, there is like changes about the window, but our like play styles like didn't get affected too much. The way we play, I think if everyone even knows, they cannot still kind of beat us.
Yeah.
Like they are like if you watch 5-6 demo for our Anubis, you will see similar rounds to each other. One we're doing it in like a third round, one we're doing it in the after 3 games in 6th round. But it's kind of still same things.
Yeah.
We are playing really successful kind of defaults there. I think that's why the map is overall is feeling comfortable for us, because everyone in their position knows what to do on the T side and or which nades they need to throw.
Yeah.
And all great timings, we are catching it. So I think because of the default of the play style that we're making great on that map, I think that makes us play good and kind of like scary to play against.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the mid changes? You know, the door change, obviously the window. Like, what's it, when you saw that, what was your first thought?
It was in midnight at home, and I was about to go to sleep as far as I remember, and I just saw the news on Twitter, and I just went back to the computer again.
Nice.
And I checked like what they brought, and I saw the window. Okay, what else? And I just saw there's a big box, they put it there, and so I said, okay, the T is gonna sneak now from now on or something. I was thinking it, but I haven't seen yet because if you are not close to pillar, you don't see who is coming from camera. Yes, if you are like inside the A main or A pillar, someone can sneak to the left towards left side position because of that big box. So I said this can be game changer. It's like a good thing to add or switch. So overall, I like it because I like always like some changes inside the game. The same for when smoke was exploding with one nade, people like half of people was like disagree with that, like bring back the previous one or something. But I like it, you know. It's something new, something more making exciting. For Anubis, I think it's great. I can do like more early picks, for example, from that window, and I can have the control. Either they're taking from like stairs or they're taking from carpet side to aces. So if I see that nobody holding them, drop guys can push or something, and we can do flash pick in mid and with timing because I'm holding down and I'm really close to pick mid. So this is gives me kind of like some moves around the map, because in Anubis there was no such moves for the AWP for early round. Either you picking drop, either you picking mid, either you are just deep pushing A and getting one flash or molly to stairs and taking the control. But otherwise, there was like no, always you were on the back.
Yeah.
So, but with these changes, our upper can be like in front of everyone if you have like a round to start with it. But now there is antis for it, molos, smokes, nades. So sometimes you are just wasting your health while you're making a move. But overall is great. Like when the teams are starting to adaptate something, is getting much better. So it will be in the future, if the teams are playing like a lot, we will see like more different type of things.
But overall, are you happy with the changes? Do you want to see more?
Yeah. I'm happy. There can be some changes, but probably not on Anubis.
Okay.
It's okay now to let's see how things go.
Yep.
And if it's so not balanced for anything, I think they need to add something as well. But for now, I think we can try this a little more.
Well, thank you very much for all your thoughts, Voxy, man. Appreciate you, and good luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Follow my lead.
Keep this momentum.
Let's push him out. Get me some cover on that tower.
Nice one.
As I was saying, Aurora pull us back from 12-7 down, take us into overtime, and take us to a third map. But the job is not done here, Harry, because little do they know, they're up against Longs, the 100% win rate LAN god in Romania, the gladiator of the pixelated Colosseum that is Counter-Strike, and Overpass is our decider.
Yeah, although I have to say, you know, the fashion in which they lost that second map, I'm not as high on foot as I was a moment ago. The crazy set.
Maybe you need one more deep inhale.
Nice one. That's good.
Put your face to the soul, Harry.
Well, the only soul I'm thinking about is the one that's flying, Hugo. Aurora, I feel like they're in a very, very good stead right now. You know, I just think the way that you get your 2 stars switched back on is only good. And on top of that, the way that Foot lost is one that can kind of follow you into the next map, right? The idea that you had 5 chances to close, you were unable to do it, then you actually had a bunch of man advantage positions in overtime, weren't able to convert on them. It can shake you to your very core, you know, and oftentimes it's one of the big hurdles that these fresher faced teams have to try and get through is, you know, building up that resilience or longevity over the course of a series. Aurora, sure, they are not immune to crumbling in high pressure situations, but this is a group stage game, this is an opening game. This is where Aurora don't really let it get to them, right? They're able to roll with the punches a lot better. I'm kind of nervous for Foot. This might be remembered as a opening series where they were really, really close, and you could never take that away from them, but they didn't win.
Yeah, and you know, we mentioned the idea of Foot maybe going to the playoffs here at this event, or me saying I think there's a good underdog shot. If I was going to pick any team from the bottom half of the bracket, them or Astralis would be the first team I think about. And I think a lot of that also relied on them taking down Aurora today, right? A kind of heavy team in the VRS, but not necessarily in form. So, yeah, I had some expectation. We'll see if it gets delivered in this third map, or if it will always be a question of what if for Foot. B-Rush.
Cardia dual Berettas. Oh, meant to be able to stop this. Won't be able to secure the kill on the barrels. Spillover, and all the entries come through for Foot. Even Magic dead out there towards CT as the aggression comes in. Doolies play it forward, and Foot get on the board early.
I don't think previous matches or recent form can tell you a lot about what we're going to get on this game, right? Both these teams having highs and lows on this map. I think the most interesting result is Foot taking down Furia dominantly, 13-5 on this map at Bounty, but that was online, and it was off the back of a 10-round CT side, so we won't get to see their defense just yet. And for Aurora, there's nothing really to write home about either. So gotta put the proof in the pudding. Foot cooking. Force up for Aurora. Look at the stack. Everybody here.
But if you never go, you could just miss this timing altogether. Wakadia at least gets early info that they've left mid, and so this B rotate, chance to come through for Aurora. Adja even committed to a backstab.
Timing is good, but how do you get back in? You're smoked off. Oh,
Adja gets one.
It
was also the bomb at the back.
Yeah.
That slowed it down. Jugs, with aggression of his own, keeps the round safe.
Safe.
But you still know or think you're going to win the series is the most important part.
Yeah.
If Anubis was the third map in that series, he could never say something like that, but
there's 2 frags for Jukes.
Let it go and on to the next.
We'll win the round for Foot. Good repause.
It's funny, we've had like a few characters like this in Counter-Strike, but I mean, James won, Cadian's won. We've always kind of...
right in. Badger with a lot to say on those cameras, even during the save, talking about this upcoming either eco or buy round in the next. Because CT side Anubis, oh sorry, overpass of integral rounds here. Need a strong start. It might have to come from round 4.
And that's been the case for Aurora throughout this entire series.
Yep.
They've not won a pistol round yet. You don't want to walk away day one 0-6 in pistol rounds.
Yeah. Even with the win, that would feel, well, it'd feel hollow in a sense, but it'd also feel like, hey, if there's one thing we can improve, it's pretty obvious at least, and we still won. But if you lose and you're 0-6, you do just put it down to that somewhat. Starting every half disadvantaged, but the CT side of Mirage. Foot execute, and only Xantara is here, but they are considering it. Lonks is very aware that they haven't cleared Banana, so while he catches one, a second should be too far gone, and so with that, the round falls in their favor. Careful, Crabbany, low.
Like, yeah, reasonably dangerous position.
They want a boost, but ooh.
Still going to attempt it. And
Nice.
there's the catch. Krabeni found up close. Lonks at low HP deals with another on for the backstab, and Jukes here just playing cleanup.
Okay, Jukes is still feeling it, Harry. He has not cooled down.
It's a promising sign. You're going to want him feeling it. But hey, you know, you've won the pistol. T-side overpass always feels good, and you've won the conversions, even better. This is already on the verge of being an acceptable T-side. That's the big benefit to picking it up. And I feel like it's really not uncommon to see teams win hard T-side early, like take the first gun round, suddenly get off to a good start, get that early cache of rounds that you're looking for, only to have the CTs, once they have everything, you know, all the bells and whistles, then start to gain a bit more control over the game.
Oh yeah, you can go 5-0 up and then get 7-5 pretty easily, because a lot of teams wait to get the AWP out. Aurora are a team that don't. Aurora are a team that always have the AWP. So Woxic pulling it in nice and quickly in this game. Look at the support as well. Cementry insta looking for that pick on the boost or the jump spot. And a House Soulfly doesn't get naded to oblivion there. Wall bang for Cementry. Sees the tracers. Takes a 5v4 for foot. Huge opener. And I like how they're moving around the map on this T side, right? Just playing very grouped, walking into bomb sites. They showed a lot of mid control. They went down into a B hit. They showed some B control. Now they're walking up long. They just go to the other side of the map where Aurora have no information. But you are going into Woxic and Xantares, so even in a 5v4, don't get ahead of yourself.
Also, a bit of a question for me is how do they plan to use Jukes here? You know, it looks like he's already trying to get out Monster early in this play and towards the top side.
They're walking in.
Oh, they've got him past the hold. Woxic wasn't watching. Him and Xantares offered up as sacrifice just on a contact walk from foot.
That's so naughty. There was a flash teed up and Longs just goes, don't throw
just
it.
A nice note is like these were the type of plays that kind of went missing. You know, you lost your feel of the game on Anubis. You didn't ever feel like the amount of times where it felt like they tried to be so spot on by rolling out an exec, it would actually like lead to them missing those windows of opportunity. Just nice to see it can fall right back into place on Overpass. That's a very devastating round to deal to Aurora, and you will look to get that early control over this game of Overpass. 4-0 up. These saved guns, all Aurora going to have to work with. They could cobble together another buy, but I hope they don't.
Nah, with that one up, may as well just take the L, take the eco. Accept 5-0. That's a really nice round for Longs. Good read of the game, like you said, just walking out, realizing no one's contacting, no one's jump spot, no one's peaked. What's the chance they're playing, you know, truck holding me, or are they still in their early stage of taking toilet control? So Longs just shoots two players in the back. Woxic will get an AWP. They actually do match. This is a pretty good buy. All things considered, with two guns saved, they've still managed AWP Kevlar. So Aurora have done pretty well for themselves. Did not expect the AWP to be here. Spotted at long. Xantares goes back, not wanting to concede early kills here on A. Woxic has to be cautious as that toilet smoke fades. So they pick their positions. This is going to be a full exec fake for Krebeni. He has multiple nades, Molotov smokes. Can throw a couple into this site before his team go B.
This is where the double toilet setup could be a little frustrating, though. You almost think you forced it. Oh, never mind. What if you turn it to your advantage? That kill on Xantares is massive, and now, yeah, rolling out the belt of util is Krebeni in it upper, and it draw players out of position. Soulfly still hanging around.
Oh, no!
Quick work made over the first two in, and now they try and close the distance. It's Wakadia in this short smoke, stealing himself away and ready to backstab. Madja is only going to misdirect them further. Wakadia's got the round in the palm of his hands. Demon replies with one, but time running low and an awkward 1v2. Got to thread the needle on this. Madge is in close. You hear the AWP fire off, and as he goes hunting, Madge shuts him down.
Dude, that was beautifully played from Wakadia and Madge, because both of them have huge impact. Wakadia inside the smoke, and Madge knows his job. He doesn't need to get a kill. He doesn't need to fight. He just needs to get spotted. As soon as they have the info, he runs away. Everyone's fixated on his position. Wakadia can just sneak through. They think that's the B player. No, he's behind you. Double kill. Madge lives to stop a clutch from coming through. And Soulfly as well. Double kill in Monster, dry as Foot walk in. Their spacing was pretty awful. And despite a 5v4, all the control, the gamble on the wrong side, Foot managed to lose it pretty quickly. Really needed that Monster trade. So, one round taken by Aurora, and looking for a hell of a half.
Yeah, Woxic holding for that exact move. That's just a free kill given over. Early rotate here for Aurora as they bring a third player up into this top site.
Spot for Madge. Is he convinced though? Because again, Launx might just walk into this bomb site. Knowing they've been spotted means that Foot should flash this. Executing now, playing towards Banana or Aurora, but Woxic's got to watch his back. Xantara is getting caught with no cover, and now Woxic is stuck between two. Jukes with a double. Kramany follows up, and it is a clinical dismantling of this top site.
That's now a couple of these ugly looking rounds out towards A. Once where Launx was able to walk in on contact and just catch Woxic, and Xantara's looking the wrong way, and there Xantara's also just didn't look dialed in, ready for that confight whatsoever. And that one left us a bit of a head scratcher. Jukes wasn't exactly being quiet. He'd been making noise at B. They knew that there was a chance he would rotate late up through connector. If he does want to end at the top site, it's really the only path available to him, right? He's not going to loop all the way back around through the spawn.
Yeah, looked like Xantara was just trying to clear him as he came out. But Woxic was safe.
เพราะวัยของผมคู่แข่งคือเรื่องใหญ่
ไมโลประสาน3คุณประโยชน์พร้อมโตพร้อมมุ่งมั่นพร้อมลุย
เต็มช่วงเวลาทองของการเติบโตดื่มไมโลแล้วลุยเลย
So, how good a night are you?
Oh, that's good.
Not quite what's happening, but that's fine.
A clap really is just a one-man high five.
Yeah, it's better than hitting the desk. Woxic glass.
I don't know if Nico had punched through his own hand during that one game. That would have been it.
Be a lot more blood.
I mean, you're already in a great spot for...
Yeah. This is where you said, though, that teams often just recover. Let their foot off the gas.
Yeah, well, the difference there, though, is, like, they just want a really important gun round. Like, this buy for Aurora is pretty limited. I know it still is the AWP, but they've only got, you know, one belt of full util, light on smokes, light on stopping util. You're vulnerable to a faster play here, and Foot are grouping for a quick one out through short.
One flash and they send it into the site. Another just contact explosion, and Soulfly still gives us another double. No way he gets out with his life, chased down by Jukes. And you almost feel like you have to give this a go, but no armor on Woxic. It's the Xantara show.
Gotta be. Especially after some of the awkward rounds that have gone down between these two and at the top site. You're really hoping that Xantares can give them a way out. Asking to be boosted. Free kill on Symmetry. Re-swing. They give Xantares another chance to fight. That's both players now spotted. Flash is high. Duke's just hoping to slow the roll of this retake. Make it never an issue. Xantares does have a kit to work with. Smoke down on that bomb, but a missed shot for Woxic. And now Xantares spammed out. There should be no winning this. Time's getting away from him, and Duke's just charging them down, keeping those hot hands up. He's been on fire throughout the entire series.
Yeah. Feels like a shades of Mirage right there in this T side for Foot. The way they're playing is so nice. They keep changing the pace, going for contact plays, finding the gaps. This round they walk in water and they just throw one flash over Monster and they run into B. Soulfly, man, he's not in fun spots. He keeps getting double kills. Still, it's not enough. They chase him down. He runs out of ammo on the A1S. And Foot feeling like a dominant start, and it might get better, Harry, because Aurora keep buying. They say if we get the AWP, we got a chance. Is that true? Woxic 1-6 right now. Might have to be the savior.
2-6.
Sorry.
3-6. Woxic double opener. And he's even going back for a little bit more. Maybe he was onto something. This AWP is all they need.
His AWP is just so big, Harry. I don't know if it's the view model or the player, but his AWP is massive. Eye to the scope. Foot walk it in. Woxic finds a third. There might be more in store for Oscar Wilde, going crazy in toilets. 4 kills, wins the round for his team single-handedly.
Yeah, what more can you say than that, man? Woxic, that is a hell of a round. It's a classic Woxic round, really. Just posted up like a turret. Ready every step of the way. And that's why they've got faith in the AW.
Beautiful sequence, and finally one of these contact plays comes his way. When you don't use flashes against the AWP, that's what happens. Foot only get away with it for so long. Now they go back to something poppy. And only one for Soulfly.
Oh, one back for Demon. And now they're in. Madger, good removal, but it's instantly traded. Bomb not planted, it's left loose in the middle of the site. So for now, Woxic given a sight line. Can't shut it down, bomb picked up. And Krebeni actually goes challenging, looking for this kill on the AWP up in heaven.
He had his window to plant.
With the smokes faded. Gets a little awkward for Krebeni.
He's picked up a molly. That only does so much. Crossing into this bomb site is the problem. Gonna reroute short side, but both players fighting here. Demon could get caught in the open with just a pistol. This is Xantares re-clearing. Krebeni walking back in. Plant allowed.
Ollie's nice.
The jump!
Krebeni really fumbles in this round.
He would have made it.
Any hope for Demon in this 1v2? Oh, out of ammo!
The whole
Xantares
time.
puts a stop to him.
Are you telling me the whole time he's there in pit, he has 5 bullets? And he never reloads?
Never wanted to reload, right? Didn't want to lose the element of surprise coming down on an awkward clutch.
Oh, everything about that. I really think Foot butchered that round. Like, they got the entries they needed, they got the space. The smoke is down, they can just plant. But instead he goes for the fight heaven, and in that time the smoke expires.
Couple of rounds today where Krebeni's maybe overcooked.
Would have just loved him to stick that bomb.
Or maybe undercooked.
Yeah, this shit's raw. Pink in the middle.
I mean, Pink, it's still mooing.
Oh yeah, some awkward moments here for Foot, because, you know, at the end of the day, still 6-round T-side, but if you let Aurora take 6 back, not going to be feeling as good, are you? Again, playing quick timing here through toilet smoke. Aurora in the bomb site, no AWP here. This could get messy.
Oh. All right, hell of a catch.
No.
Oh, to follow up, they get past Antares. The A site might be a problem once more for Aurora. You're not meant to win this round, Foot. But they get out with a bomb plot, a 5v3. And Aurora that really don't want to concede this.
No way. Slaughtered. Woxic's got no gun. Runs away. And Foot may lose silly rounds, but then they win. Armorless Eco, Hero AK, not even necessary. It's the P250s that catch Magic in the open, repositioning, run and gun. And that's what wins the round.
Oh,
no
save is not guaranteed. Oh,
big flick.
Good stuff, good stuff. AWP gets out at least, that's something, but it's not worth celebrating yet. Woxic would have to earn his keep in the next. You can't believe that they've just broken through with P250s.
It's a shocking round to win, and it's the time they find it as well. Aurora have built no economy on this CT side. These rounds have come too close to do so. And so we're just talking about the Woxic AWP. Maybe one rifle, if that. So this is Foot looking, staring down what could be a 9-round T-side after all. That kill was crazy on Magic. Both players finding insta-dink.
I mean, this is Aurora going all in. They've put all their money on the line. Hoping to scrap for anything down the end of this CT half. And I mean, one thing that Foot have always managed in these games is putting up these great first halves, always leaving a lot of pressure and little wiggle room on Aurora. This is their chance to do it again. T-side of overpass, no easy feat. But an up-tempo round, getting dealt the way of their opponents. Soulfly feels like he's always good for a multi-kill, and he recognizes he's actually got the room to get out. Soulfly still fighting. And they can't slow his roll. B-site holds up. And Foot's attempt at the up-tempo round shut down convincingly.
Don't mind that at all for Foot to give it a swing. With the half they've had, they've gotten away with some murder. So another B-pop, but another multi-kill for Soulfly. He's had double kills every round but one. They've come B, and then a triple in this round. Gets out, like you said, sets up the close. Door shut in Foot's face, and Aurora scrapping for a fifth. It's again broken money, no one's had any.
Topside has been the problem for Aurora up against these buys. This time a more aggressive stance, and that boost never saws Antares in this position, so you'd like to think he's got at least one for free. There he is with the opening, and now teammates nearby ready to support. Missed shot. Oh! Symmetry makes up for it! First one sailed past, 2 and 3 though, they're blinders. And suddenly you're in a 4-on-3. Symmetry's just giving you one hell of a lifeline. This Woxic AWP out on an island still floats around at Divider. Don't go losing to the pistols again, Aurora. They can't stomach that. Woxic might have to concede this ground. He feels bitter about doing so, but really no other choice available. Haven't had eyes on long in a while. Rotate starting to scramble in towards the top site. Second player joins him. Wakadia left for the solo B hold. And Woxic left in a position where he could alleviate so much pressure if he just finds this first shot on the AWP. Oh. But it's a swing and a miss for Woxic. Now they're closing in. Demon's going to get past him. Soulfly can't multi-kill. Backstab's been spotted, and we get into this 1v2. Wakadia closing in. Bomb getting planted. And he's got to move very quickly here, as they now have time to get set up. A crossfire established. They can swing on the contact of this truck player. What's Wakadia meant to do?
Nothing. 8 rounds on the T side for Foot on Overpass. They throw away Anubis. A 12-7 lead. It felt like that was their shot in this series for a 2-0. But what a compelling case made in this third and final map. An 8-round half. All the pistols in this series so far. And we go into CT side, where they'll play their last. If that stat keeps up, Aurora might be in a spot of bother here in this opening matchup. A comeback for naught. Odds heavy for Foot. And Aurora maybe kick the bucket. They are left dangling in this series. And it feels like Soulfly and Woxic are the only ones doing anything in this game. Soulfly, constant multi-kills on B. Woxic, couple of nice rounds. Mainly just that 4K on the orb. What has Xantares done? What has Wakadia done? Even Wakadia was absent in Anubis. Aurora need their firepower, and they need it now, because across the board, Foot are hitting harder.
And Aurora haven't won a single pistol round in this series. If that track record keeps up and they go 0 for 6 on pistols at day 1 here in Cluj, that would be just devastating, and that's about the worst possible start you could hope for. Xantares deleted. Oh no.
From bad to worse.
All right. A reminder, just said it, but they haven't won a single pistol round today.
Uh-oh. Smoke double flash into a triple A round.
2 players jump spotting. There's no angles unaccounted for here for Foot. A brawl to try and get in. Jukes has got the cover. Good tap back for Woxic, but gonna need even more of those. Madja might find one more. There's still a lot of bodies to get through in this A site, and Aurora try and slow the roll. Woxic and Madja pump the brakes, hoping that Foot overextend, give them a way back into this one.
Yeah, this
it's
at
not
least
likely to happen.
Just freezing here means a player will rotate back because Aurora could have left, so it gives them a 2v2 at least. Foot's so active, man. He doesn't just rotate, he re-clears. He tells his team, it is A, get ready.
Oh, overswing for Jukes. Cemetery could make up for it. His pistols have been on fire since the double dig, and a big 4K there. Absolutely
with pistols,
lovely. Man. 6-0 on the day for Foot. They've won every single pistol round. Aurora haven't found any, and here on Overpass, that might be the final disaster.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that they convert this as well. You would imagine so on CT Overpass with no plant, but they've converted every pistol except one. So even on the conversions is a really strong metric here for Foot. 4 out of the 5, no problem at taking early leads. And maybe 5 out of the 6 if they can keep this together, because Aurora, a buy, you're not even getting Galils. You're getting Tech 9s. So how does Magic call them out of this? And a stressful series for Aurora. They don't force.
Yeah, they don't have the room to. Oh, Xantara's making noise there in mid.
Going down con though.
They're at least going to dodge the stack, play into the lesser of two evils. Only two players down here at this B site. Quick rotate is an option for Lonks if they don't get any A contact soon.
The issue is, with the lesser of two evils, Harry, there is still an evil.
As Lonks are...
How I go to him is I still scroll every day, Facebook, and see. One day I saw it, no cold calling. I don't like cold calling because every month I have cold calling until today. So I try to go to his class.
30-second mark. So soon as that's gone, your only option is to try and play through.
Just begging for this boost to profit, but Foot have picked their positions. They're not moving.
Oh, backstab.
And there's the fall.
Yeah, just getting split upon here, and it's actually Foot to dictate when and where these fights take place. Just churned up in it short. 10-4. And Aurora have got one gun round between them and this series getting away from them. This is where the comeback has to start. If it doesn't, it may never materialize.
Yeah, how can you be believing at this point, right? It's one thing when you do it on your best map, 12-7 down on the T side, calling a couple of really nice rounds. You have Xantaras and Woxic 30 kills deep each. There is no savior here in this series for Aurora, not come this third map. Oopsie. There's smoke from Foot, but won't be punished here. Aurora still back in spawn. Even a miscom there. He just did a lineup to smoke the door on con. It was already smoked. Perhaps, you know, just trying to make it last longer to keep Foot out of this position, but they take water back anyway. Let Soulfly lurk, but there's the fade.
I feel like it's got to be something up tempo and towards A. Promeni had to take one with him there, gets a dink off, doesn't complete the kill. And I mean, now you could slow it down. You've cleared out connector, or at least you think you have. The re-aggression from Foot as they constantly try and exploit the gaps, find the holes. They've taken away this con control. Magic could even get caught lining up all the util. This will be heard by the player down here in con. Jugs made a step. Shocked he kind of commits to that still after he's given up the aim of the game. They'll battle on in. Missed Molly in at the truck means that Lonks is still a problem. They've now got to deal with him, and Woxic will, picking up both players that move in for Foot. Aurora narrowly scraped by with a fifth. They've got Woxic to thank, really. That's an important set of kills.
It's not just the 4K orb. He's had a couple of impactful multi-kill rounds in this game, and like, we need a trailblazer here on Aurora if they were ever going to pull this back from a 10-4 lead. Woxic making a case for it right now. Clinical headshots. Dished out in high supply.
Aggression out towards mid. Xantares can't get past it. Imagine now tries to take up his position out towards the park, but you'll know the Foot don't make a habit of overstaying their welcome here. They're very content with the 5v4, get out of there, and now just leave Aurora to have to waste a lot of time and resources into clearing these deep angles in mid. I mean, mean, even this is a very active move. They go and play 4 players down here towards B. That's after you spot a triple mid play from Foot. And they're not the type of team that are just going to sit on their laurels here. You know, they're trying to get aggressive with all the extra resources they have at B. They're going to go hunting, see if it's empty. They will learn that it is. So rotates now available back up to the top site in time. And this was just a very smart allocation of resources for Foot. Going from a triple A setup, instantly fallback, going clear B with 4, and now you're back with a stack on the top site up against an Aurora that had to take their time clearing all those angles down there in middle. It is a complete and utter shutdown of the A play, and that is a picture-perfect round from Foot.
It does just feel on rails when that happens, right? The info gathering at B, freeing up those rotates, and as the smoke is about to bloom, 2 players run through it. So Aurora take their eyes off for a second, and it is too late. Even the perfect follow-up flash to repeat that last player. Yeah, Foot, I love watching them on CT sides. It's been a lot of fun today. Never sitting still, never doing nothing, always gathering more info. And Aurora feeling the burn now. 11-5. They win that 1T round and immediately Foot answer the call. With that might just be the series in the palm of their hand. Because it's not just 5 very strong individual players. They really do play as a team. They play off each other so well. Oh, you're missing your instas. That's the only thing. Someone let them know. Solo mid. Kraveni even spamming there.
But did even like
not make you think that's solo A.
I'm loving the big picture for Foot, this idea that they've really been active at fighting for mid control early on, and so now when you hear that M4 spam, you're that much more paranoid. Again, you're gonna have to waste what little you have to try and clear these close angles that Foot don't even occupy. They started with 1 man in A, prepared for an up-tempo B hit, prepared for, you know, kind of the fastest round that could come through from Aurora. And now they go back into the more standard 2-3. But just hearing that one shot, look at how much it's slowed the roll of this Aurora squad. Only now getting to the bathroom, starting to close in. Now they will have the runway to launch this play. Here's the block util from Foot to try and stop it. It slowed the roll, but the Tech 9s lead the charge, hoping to carve a path for these rifles. Symmetry's only going to get out with 1. Kraveni playing the crossfire, answers with a double of his own. And now on for a retake. Woxic and Maja in the hot seat, and Foot waste no time. They come barreling in. They want this victory here and now.
Not
and they're
even
just
the
a round away from it.
No plan, no respect. Full W here for Foot. They run through that smoke, and they deny everything for Aurora. They deny money, they deny AKs in the final round of regulation here. The final round of the series for Aurora, you would assume. What an audacious move. Foot playing like they have a 12-5 lead. This is not Anubis anymore. They're not going to let Aurora back in. They're here to stamp them out. Orp now getting involved in the middle. Like you needed any more help.
Yeah. Something you haven't had to worry about yet. Sure, Symmetry's forced back by the util, but still keeps an active stance with this AWP. Smoke will try and knock him off the angle, breaks that open, but the timing's not there. And so now just knows better than to hang around. Does have Kraveni down here in con, and it was always going to be a tricky task to get him out of there alive. Opening kill goes the way of Aurora on this low econ round.
Santares gets the M4, but he is 5 of 14. We need him to do something in this game, or this game is done with him.
I mean, Demon just nearly spammed him to death down in the connector.
He's got cover as well. Aurora are wrapping back to B with that bomb, but strong position taken by his teammate. Just shoots him through the railing. Back to B goes Demon, low health, but still holding on.
I mean,
and the gap is closing. Yeah, the flank coming in.
Foot just
moving
so
through toilet.
Active. This whole CT side has had so much movement behind it.
If they boost, they might lose their timing entirely. Oh, dropping in, and no surprise here. Foot know it's coming.
A shot from the AWP. Demon will get his, and that's the monster play shut down. Now Util to try and assist.
Oh, no.
Magic gets through it. Symmetry. No scope needed. Left it to chance. Comes down to this 1v1, and Xantares on the AWP. He's got 10 seconds. Bomb picked up. Lorks gonna swing in. Xantares seals it with a swipe. And Aurora still in this as Xantares on low health and no time steps up in the clutch.
Very well read from Xantares. That's something here. Comes down to team flashing in the site for Foot, but hard to criticize what was a chaotic moment. And plenty more chances, you'd like to think, to close out this series from an advantage, but you've given Aurora one more swing. An orb to Woxic, rifles on the rest. Do Aurora have anything in them? On the hardest half in the game.
Oh, the molly and just instantly swings on the back of it. Krabeni with an aggressive move. Nades even solid onto Soulfly.
Look at that.
Just duking it out for this connector control. Krabeni has dealt them one hell of a blow.
For a captain, he can frag.
This whole time, Lonks has been ready with long aggression, pushed all the way up down towards the rock. Symmetry even waiting as a third player in towards this A site, right? You see Krabeni down there in con. You think you've got room out towards the toilets. Will he be ready for what was actually a three-man top site start out of Foot?
They're
Hawks is getting
cautious.
active on the flank. They do have this pocket right now in through short, but it's a gap that Foot are aware of, and the net is starting to close.
Demon's checking everything. He knows they could be in the site. The nades announce it. And Aurora are wondering, why is this so easy? Why is this so free? It's because they're right behind you. Quick catch for Symmetry. Demon moving in. Close player, Deagle denied. 2v3 and bomb is down.
Maybe jumping the gun there from Demon. Tries to go in while he feels like the timing's good. Backstab for Lonks.
Hello.
Has to be profitable, and now it's Xantares needing another clutch. This time would require the ace, and they will get past him. Foot walk this one home, barely breaking a sweat on overpass and winning every single pistol in this series. It's a nice way for their debut here in Cluj-Napoca to start. Now 1-0 up with a win on the day over Aurora, even pushing them to breaking point on a new...